yeah, I think just
Oh my god.
I was trying to think about like how I wanted to say.
You had a Kelsey moment.
Yeah,
You good?
Yeah.
Words.
I'm good.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode.
We made it. We're back together. Yay! After doing last week apart.
So sad.
But we're here. We made it.
Back and better than ever.
Back in better than ever.
Better than ever.
Yeah. Well.
Alright, that's all, guys. Thanks for watching.
No. So I'm like, where do we go? I'm like so excited to talk about what we're gonna talk about today. Where can they find us? Go, let's start. You do it.
I'm so bad when you do this every time.
I don't do it every time.
You can find us on the Instagram at
the Instagram,
the X, the
TikTok,
the TikToks,
not TikToks.
the I actually don't use TikTok, so I'm not even following us on TikTok.
All right.
Do you follow us on TikTok?
Yes, I follow us on TikTok. Because I use TikTok too much.
I don't.
I'm on TikTok too much.
I don't have that problem.
Good for you. I wish I didn't. I was such a big TikTok hater, and then the pandemic happened, and I was like, well, I have nothing to fill my time.
See, mine was the complete opposite. I had the TikToks before the COVIDs, and then the COVIDs happened, but like it was like New Year's Eve, like right before COVID, and I was like, I'm spending too much time on TikTok with my friend Lily, and I don't like that I'm addicted to such a device. I don't want to be like I don't want something to own something of me. So I'm like, no, I'm done, and I deleted it.
Good for you.
Because standing on business.
10 toes down.
I was get out of my head. That was spooky. I was just about to say 10. Did you see me go like this? 10 toes down.
I got you.
10 phalanges down.
Get you a friend who can complete your sentences and
sandwiches.
Your thoughts in your brain.
You don't want to know my thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
Okay, well.
Where can they find us?
At ETB Net. Oh, wait.
See what I did there?
You fucked me up. At Game Changers ETB, you can watch this episode and all the other shows that the network does at youtube.com/ETB Network, and follow the network at ETB Network on all social media, just like us. And yeah.
When is this one going live?
Well, you'll see this on what's Saturday? The 9th, right?
The 9th.
November 9th. Sorry,
Saturday the 9th. Bless you.
Why did you scream?
I don't know. It was loud.
My bad.
Saturday the 9th. I think we hit live at what? 10?
10 a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
So, but you don't even know that because you're going to be there, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Listen to Game Changers wherever you get your podcast. Also, by the way, you don't just have to watch; you can listen.
I feel like we didn't set this up well today.
We're just off to
and by
a
we,
really good
I mean
start.
me. I went to Syracuse University. Don't know about you, but me, I went to Syracuse University.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Right? I majored there.
Yeah, what you major in?
Silly geese.
Quacking? Do geese quack?
No, they like squall. You know what we should do? We should do the 10 where it's like, I make the motion and you make the noise, or whatever it is. Or it's like, you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Where it's like, I don't know. Anyway.
This is your part.
Anyway, this is presented by Playback.
Sorry, Playback. We're probably
Playback's probably like, oh, we hate to see these bitches
these
come.
people don't do anything for us.
We hate to see them coming.
But we're here nonetheless. Love you, Playback.
Presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with us, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together with everyone perfectly synced up. Curious can hop on stage, live with their own play-by-play, analyst commentary, and invite viewers up for a Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience. From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching with the commentaries and communities you care about, win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB Network to find out more, including our live stream schedule.
Boom! That was a good clap right
I want to
there.
do this shit in my sleep one day.
You could.
I'm parched.
I know. I don't have my water.
My water.
My water.
The best I could offer you, again, sad fridge. I have pink lemonade, half a gallon of milk, and 1 Capri Sun. I'm out of water. I might have 1 ginger ale left.
No, I'm good. I'll power through.
I will. BRB.
Okay.
Oh, Nick. What? Can we just edit where I just showed my Springfield pants, please?
Well, while Kelsey goes to get a beverage, how's your day been?
I have a salad in here.
Kelsey just discovered she has a salad in her fridge.
So hungry. That is so good.
Don't you eat your salad? You can't. You gotta eat your salad afterwards.
I know.
Okay. I thought you were gonna come out here and do it, and eat it. So how's everybody's day been? For me personally, today I ran 3.5 miles.
You ran 3.5 miles?
I ran 3.5 miles.
What did I do today? Worked?
Well, it helps when you're unemployed. You just got that on me. So thank you for
actually?
that. Yeah, it's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I ran 3.5 miles, but it wasn't like complete 3.5 miles. It was running half a mile and walking. That's what my plan was. Here, I'll show you. I use this app. Maybe it's a scam. Maybe it's not. It's called Runna.
Runna?
Yeah, it's called Runna.
Me and my coworkers are in a step contest.
Oh, that's fun. But yeah, this is what I did today. 5-minute walking warm-up, and then run half a mile at a conversational pace in 2 minutes walking, repeated that 5 times, and then did a 5-minute walking cool down. That was my plan, people. Here it is.
What's a See, that's the shit I can't do. A conversational pace? I don't want to talk to no one.
Well, yeah, the app recommends, because I usually run them on the treadmill, because I broke my ankle, so it's not really great for me to be running on
I'm in third
surfaces.
place on my stepping contest. I'm not doing well today.
Yeah, step it up.
I was in
But my run on Saturday is going to be 400-meter reps. So my warm-up is running.
Are you running for a goal? Like, do you want?
This is like a couch to 5K, like program. So eventually, I'd like to run a 5K because I've never been a runner in my whole life. So
are you running because you want to be a runner so that you can say that you can do it, so that you can are you trying to like build the stamina? Or are you trying to do it to like lose weight? Like what?
Like I kind of a combination of all of them. I've never been a runner, so I just want to prove to myself that I can do it.
See, I've never been a runner, and I've just chalked it up that I'm not going to be a runner.
That's okay. There's other ways to get cardio and whatever.
I like a walk.
A walk is good.
If my dog was here, she'd be like.
She'd be like, walk?
Where we going? Right now? Okay, I'll get my leash.
So when I texted you, because I actually texted Kelsey today and was like, do you want to run with me on Saturday? Partially because I want to use a track. You're my way to use the track. But it's to run a 400, like as basically a sprint, like run a lap on the track as a sprint.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
And then it's 120 seconds walking rest, and then you do it 4 times.
It's crazy because I'm like, I can't do it. Blanking on the fact that we did a whole episode about how I ran 9 miles for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not for fun. It was for a cause, but.
Yeah, so, but you're working on Saturday, so that's stinky poo-poo for me.
Shit, you're telling me.
All right, shall we talk about some news, big dog?
Yeah, little dog. I think it would be the other way around.
Not little dog.
Big dog, no puppy.
Stop slamming things.
I think I'm going to get the new one, so I don't even care anymore. They better still let me trade
I have the
shit in.
15.
I want the 16.
That's okay. I'm just telling you.
AT&T, do you still give the 1,000 upgrade if it's cracked? Asking for a friend.
A friend.
Okay, college basketball starting. Hey now.
Hey now. We're going to do that a little bit later.
You know what I'm going to say. Okay. News.
News.
PWHL Unveil their new jerseys.
Yeah.
Hey now.
So,
You're
if you
a
don't
rock
know,
star. Get your game on. Go play. Oh, I messed it up.
You want to hear a fun story about me and my life that that is like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes me how I am today.
Yeah.
Do you know what color guard is?
Yes.
So when I was in the elementary school, when I was in the 4th grade, I joined my school's color guard team. And if you don't know what color guard is, that's like with the flags and shit. Yeah. And our like color guard song was that song by Smash Mouth,
mm-hmm.
and it's on YouTube somewhere, and you can watch it if you'd like. Me as a little 4th grader, me and my little flag.
Dude,
my little
was
team.
the flag the size of you?
It was bigger, please. Please.
Put some respect on the flag.
But if you don't know about the PWHL, obviously last year was their first season operating up and running. And they didn't have team names, like no mascots, nothing like that. And their jerseys were just kind of like, very basic. So they were all like PWHL New York, PWHL Minnesota,
Boston,
PWHL Boston. Yeah. So the jerseys were like,
Bro, is this you?
No, this is like a marching band. I don't play any instruments.
The instruments play me.
So the jerseys just said like the city name on it, and that was it. So now they all have names and logos, and they were announced today, and they look kind of fresh. They're in a partnership with Bauer, so Bauer designed the jerseys, or it's made with the Bauer material and whatever.
Which is tough because Bauer, you know what Bauer just did a collab with?
Lulu, right?
Yes, boy.
Mm-hmm.
I want one of those shirts.
Mm-hmm. And the NHL did one with Lulu too.
So tough.
It's probably so comfy.
I was gonna say CCM's probably about to hop on that shit.
Yeah, they're probably so comfy. But yeah, so now they have jerseys, and it feels more like a league, if I can say that.
Getting there one skate sharpen at a time.
Mm-hmm. Step by step.
Okay.
Next one.
Coco Gauff beats Iga.
I would say Iga
Swiatek to advance to WTA Semifinals.
Yes. Go Coco Gauff. Have you listened to
I said Iga.
You said Iga.
Iggy Azalea.
She have you listened to the new Tyler the Creator album, because he mentions her?
No, I have not listened to it yet, but apparently I'm seeing him in July.
Okay, slay.
I don't know how or when, or my friends were like, we're going to see Tyler in July. I think it's like July 17th or something.
That's
I don't
fun.
know.
Yeah, I don't. I personally haven't really listened to it, but I've just heard that song all over my TikTok because she duetted it and was like, that's me.
Really?
He
I'm
mentioned
gonna have to look
me.
it up now.
So Coco Gauff, this is only her second time beating Iga.
Iga.
And she's world number 1. So good for Coco. And she beat her in straight sets.
Yeah.
So double good for Coco.
Heck yeah. Stephanie White is the next head coach for Indiana Fever.
Let's talk about this because this is huge.
Yeah, we were just talking about other coaches that were just dropping like flies, and now we're stepping up.
All right, so Stephanie White was the head coach of the Connecticut Sun. Mm-hmm. She was fired after the Sun they lost in the semis to the Lynx.
They did not.
But Stephanie White is like an Indiana girl. Like from Indiana, played at Purdue, played for the Indiana Fever. She was an assistant coach for the Fever from 2011 to 2014, 2015, 2016. She was the head coach, and then she moved on and did other things. So now she's back. And I think she's I think she's like arguably probably the most, out of all the coaches that were available to coach Indiana, I think she was like the most perfect one they could have gone with. Me personally.
No, I agree with that. That's a fair statement.
Yeah, and they're gonna, tear it up, and maybe they'll win a championship or something in the next couple of years. That'd be kind of dope. The only time Indiana's won a championship was 2012. That's the only time.
I'm sorry to be like that asshole, but someone just sent me a message saying that it says the kids and I were listening to episode 4 of you guys and go, boy, Kelsey really likes to curse because every other word is fuck or fucking.
You gotta work on that, babe. I don't notice it. Maybe it's just because, like,
you're just probably with me all the time. Is it getting that bad?
Well, if somebody has to text me.
I literally, I tried, my phone and everything is on Do Not Disturb, and I just, looked and I had these messages, and I started to read it, and I was like, oh, no.
Episode 4, they have a lot of catching up to do. This is episode 17.
They just started. Well, he, sent me a message, and he's like, how did I not know you have a podcast? I'm like, beats me.
Yeah,
that's all I
talk about it, yeah. So yeah, it's good for Stephanie White, good for Indiana, good for the Fever. I say championship in the next 5 years, personally.
You want to place a bet?
Right now?
Those are some crazy odds, plus 5 million.
Yeah, so if I placed a bet right now, because I don't really know anything about betting.
Your turnaround would be so fucking high.
It would be, I'd make a lot of money.
If you hit and you bet 10, you would turn it into 10 milli. Because how the fuck? There it is. How the heck are you gonna know?
Yeah, you're right. It's like see the future. I'm like, that's so Raven. No, I'm not. But
Bro, if you can't start doing my bets because
no, I know nothing about
everything's red.
I know nothing about betting. And part of me, I have the FanDuel app, but I
That's
don't.
your first mistake.
Oh, FanDuel's not good?
Correct.
Oh, sorry. See, I don't know.
If you want to sponsor me.
DraftKings, if you want to sponsor the network, they do a whole show about it. Go watch it.
Yeah, they do.
But like not right now. Stay here and then go after this one.
Okay, next.
Next topic. This is fun and interesting and exciting. There is going to be a women's professional baseball league that's set to launch in 2026, and there will be 6 inaugural teams.
What do you think the 6 are? Okay, I feel like there's got to be
Do you think city, or are you thinking of like team name?
city, because clearly I'm not good at the names.
Okay.
Okay, I think there has to be one. I don't know if it's just from like. There's got to be a Boston one.
Okay.
There's got to be a New York.
Okay.
There's probably got to be like a Seattle.
Okay.
Probably got to be like a I don't know. I just named 3. You got one?
I thought you were gonna go for all of them.
There's gotta be one more south.
Texas, Florida.
Florida, maybe just because Florida is pretty dirt.
Pretty dirt.
No, like dirt when it comes to softball. So like baseball, like softball is pretty good and big there. It's all everyone in their like 50s.
So well, softball is big in like Oklahoma.
This is also true.
Oklahoma
So
Sooners.
south. Yes, Oklahoma Sooners are like always there. Them and like Indiana and
UCLA gets in there.
I was gonna say UCLA is in there. That's what Tom Brady's what
Niece.
niece. Yeah.
She was there.
Something Brady.
So yeah, so like a California team, perhaps Oklahoma or Texas. Even though this is baseball, we're still talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more like Texas in that regard. Florida, a New York, a Boston, and then a Chicago or like another Midwest state, Midwest city. But this is really interesting to me just because, like, obviously, I don't know much about any professional women's baseball leagues, really. Because
I remember last time I went to a baseball game.
Because there really, truly aren't that many women's leagues that are professional. So this is exciting for that community and those people who enjoy baseball and like playing it and whatever. I am curious to see how, as this grows and as like Athletes Unlimited grows or other leagues that will incorporate softball and use softball and give it a platform. If you have these 2 sports growing at the same time, and not that they're the same sport by any means, will there be athletes that jump from softball to baseball or baseball to softball? Can they do both? Will they kind of figure out their season in that way, so their calendars don't like interfere with one another? I think it'll just be interesting to see. But also, like, this is something new for women's sports, and I've never really had a women's professional baseball league, so that's fun.
I just like took a second to realize how brilliant Athletes Unlimited is.
Yeah, we could do a whole episode about them. The concept of Athletes Unlimited is very, very unlike anything else in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're getting some notes here from.
You have to exit full screen.
Because Kelsey went to full screen mode.
Because I didn't want to be bothered.
And now look at what we've got. We got all these comments.
If he was making fun, he's not making fun, but DraftKings, yes.
Yeah.
The league aims to play approximately 40 games from May to August in college or minor league stadiums with the capacity for about 25 to 5,000 fans.
Those are pretty good. That's good.
Good margins.
Yeah.
I would pop out to a game.
Yeah, I would too.
Solely for the purpose that, well, not solely, obviously, go women's sports. But also, have you seen the thing where it's like, how many hot dogs are you going to eat per inning? I could house those.
Uh-huh.
Could house those.
Could house a ballpark hot dog.
Oh my god, so a Fenway Frank? Come on now. Get out of here. So bust.
That's good. But one more thing before we move on. We can totally talk about Athletes Unlimited in another episode. We could probably get somebody too. I know some people who work there, but that's besides the point. They are a league that kind of, I'm going to say they kind of started out of necessity because they gave athletes who play sports that aren't, I'll call them as like mainstream or like conventional, and gave them a platform and a place to play. So women's lacrosse, that's the professional. The Athletes Unlimited is the professional league.
Yeah.
So they have softball, they have volleyball, and they have basketball as well. But I would say lacrosse and softball are their most two successful ones. I'm sure volleyball is also very successful, and a lot of the WNBA players who don't really see time on their rosters, they've been doing the Athletes Unlimited League because they run at opposite times. Anyways, so it's just like, and speaking as a fan of watching it in lacrosse, they've taken the game of lacrosse and like completely changed it with like, they have goals that are worth 2 points.
Yes,
and, like,
yes, yeah.
shit like that. So very exciting. Again, we could do a whole another episode on them, but they've done a lot for women's sports, and now it's growing, and there's going to be other great leagues for it. But yeah, now we can move on. Sorry.
I'm going to mess this last name up, but I want to say it. What's that? How do you pronounce
it? I pronounce her last name Ionescu.
Oh, yeah. Sabrina Ionescu played 5 games of WNBA.
No, played game 5.
Played game 5 of WNBA Finals with a torn UCL in shooting hand.
So if you
hashtag ouch.
Your UCL is your like ulnar ligament. So
Tommy
it's like
John
in your elbow.
shit.
Yeah. So to repair it, you have to get Tommy John surgery,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure she will do. But this explains why she was like 1 for 18 in game 5.
Imagine just
yeah, she just like came
fish
over
arm, like
but yeah, I think like just
oh my god.
I was trying to think about like how I wanted to say.
You had a Kelsey moment.
Yeah,
you good?
Yeah.
Words.
I'm good.
What do we call that? Word salad.
Word salad.
Actually, that was just
bleh.
that wasn't even word salad.
That was mush.
That was ew. Run it back.
Nails.
Nails.
Playing with a torn UCL in the WNBA finals. Nails.
Oh, I thought you were like trying to say it's like playing in nails. I'm like, have you seen the nails these bitches play with?
No, please.
Ridiculous. The gymnasts, them shits.
Yeah, they're long.
Extra grip type.
Extra grip. So yeah, nails. That's what all I was trying to say.
That's fair. Kelsey Plum's number 10 jersey to be retired by University of Washington.
Yes.
Yay, Kelsey.
Plum. So last week we talked about A'ja Wilson getting her jersey retired. Now, Kelsey Plum, her Aces teammate, is getting her jersey retired by the University of Washington. Prior to Caitlin Clark's senior season, Kelsey Plum was the leading point scorer in women's college basketball. Obviously, that record no longer stands. So yeah, shout outs to Kelsey. Shout out
to all the Kelseys in the world.
Shout out to all the Kelseys in the world.
Brick by brick, y'all get it done.
Brick by brick.
I'm severely bothered by it in the corner of my apartment.
Kelsey, I think it's going to be okay.
If you had to guess, I think one of them is a ladybug.
Yeah,
but
I think that one's a ladybug.
Look at these curls. Dude, your hair's growing.
I know, it's really long now.
I still vote.
Do you want me to get a mullet?
I want her to get a mullet so bad. I think that would look tough.
I'll try to put it behind my ears and see if we get the effect.
Dude.
My sister told me if I get a mullet, I like can't hang out with her.
What?
No.
They're probably watching this back and be like, no, Kelsey, no.
No, I mean, like, I've thought about it. I just don't think...
What would Jay think?
I don't think she'd care.
She'd be like, as long as they still curl.
Nah, I don't think she'll care. I think it's just, like, more for me. Like, I've already done having, like, parts of my head shaved. So I don't know if I really want to put myself through that
I
again.
believe you did once say that you'll never do that again.
Well,
when it was going in the Aki phase, you were not happy.
It really truly took like a full year to grow in, so I could put it all up in the back of my head again. But now, like, I'm happy all my hair is like relatively all one length.
It is,
except for my bangs and whatnot. But yeah, I took a shower today.
I was gonna say, how is she washing it? Is it just light and fluff?
Well, I wash it and then I put in leave-in conditioner.
And then how long do you let the leave-in conditioner sit for?
Like until my hair's dry.
Oh,
I don't rinse it out. That's why it's called leave-in conditioner.
I don't use conditioner, so it's like I don't.
Why
know.
don't you use conditioner?
I don't know. I do everything that you're not supposed to do to hair, and I do it, and my hair, top of one, still wicked healthy.
Okay.
I wash my hair every single day.
Yeah, I don't wash my hair every day.
But air dry it.
Yeah.
I don't dry it unless I have like an event.
Yeah, I don't. I need to get if I want to blow dry, I have to get like a diffuser because that's supposed to be good for curly hair. But I don't.
Would you ever slick it back?
I would look like what's his name, Draco Malfoy. I'd look like that.
Okay, moving on. Anyway.
All right, soccer time. NWSL playoff preview. Let's talk about it. Playoffs start tomorrow, which is
it's ginger ale, by the way.
Not tomorrow for you, but tomorrow for us because it's on November 8th. The Orlando Pride are going to play the Chicago Red Stars. Orlando's the number 1 seed of the whole thing. So tough to be Chicago, but Chicago's got some studs. A girl I went to high school with, well, like she wasn't in my grade. She was her sister actually was in my grade. They had we were in high school at the same time, but she wasn't in my grade. Is what I'm trying to say. She played for the Chicago Red Stars.
Really?
But she had a sister who was in my grade, but that wasn't her.
That's like kind of like a big flex.
Yeah, she was when we were in high school. She played for like the USA like youth national team. Yeah.
Big dog, no puppy.
Big dog, no puppy.
Woof, woof.
But Orlando's a really good team. They are obviously the team to beat. That's why they're the number 1 seed. They won the NWSL Shield earlier this year. And then I don't know all of the seedings. I just know they're number 1. I believe that the Washington Spirit is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing Bay FC. That's who they are. I was like,
your memory amazes me every day.
Yeah, I got it. I was really good at like, you ever play that game as a kid where it's like all the cards and you flip one over and then you have to find its match? I was really good at that as a kid.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not.
Some might call that the memory game.
You know what I was good at as a kid?
What?
Like feral, just like running around, like all over the yard. Come inside, no, just running. That's what I was good at as a kid. Just you couldn't stop me.
It's okay. So, Washington Spirit are going to play Bay FC. Bay FC are this is their first ever playoff appearance. Second year in the league, but first ever playoff.
You're gonna sorry.
There you go. You just be throwing your phone on the table.
One time,
headphone users.
One time, Sav texted me. She was like, "You need to stop slamming your phone
because the microphone picks it up."
She's like, "It's so bad," and I was like, "Sorry,
it's okay." So yeah,
it's okay.
They'll play, and then this is a matchup that I'm really excited about. Gotham FC, who are the reigning NWSL champions, are going to play the Portland Thorns, who have the most NWSL titles. So you have a little reigning champ versus most decorated moment.
Mm-hmm.
Both really good teams, really good rosters. I'm hoping the underdog wins. I don't love back-to-back moments. I kind of love when a new person wins every year. Call me crazy, but that's what I like. That's what I like to watch.
I might be crazy.
And then the last one is the Casey Current, and I gotta think. Casey Current. You putting the thinking cap on me?
3, 2, 1.
North Carolina Courage.
Oh, that was so good.
So yeah, 4 and 5. Yeah, you take it back. So yeah, good. There should be good matchups across the board. This is the first year the NWSL has expanded their playoffs. So instead of it just being the top 4 teams, it's now the top 8 teams. So there's a quarterfinal, semifinal, and the final. Like I said, first time ever for that. So really excited about that growth and just having, more opportunity for the teams in the league to make the playoffs and make the push.
Mm-hmm.
Just real excited about it. What do you think? Early prediction, if you had to give one, who do you think could take it all?
Gotham.
Really? You think they go back to back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gotham.
Okay,
Gotham. I think the Casey Current could do it. They're just really talented and they're coached very well. in terms of like a sleeper pick, like low-key, what if Chicago just like ran the table? what if like what if Chicago just like ran the table? I don't know.
What if?
That'd be cool. But yeah, we'll be watching those. I'll be watching those. I don't know if you'll be watching, but I'll be watching.
No, I just get my soccer stuff from her.
That's okay.
It's okay.
And we'll talk about it next week because then the quarterfinals will be done.
All right, dog.
All right.
We got some college basketball early looks.
Early looks. Let's move on over.
This is more of like a freestyle with me and earphones for this one.
Yeah, don't need earphones. I just want to have your phone. Oh, you're sitting back. You're getting real chill about it. Real chill with it.
I'm like in between the couch cushions.
Have you watched any games?
Oh,
so
he's
far?
challenging.
Because we have football on right now. You can be honest.
I don't know.
If you've watched any games so far, you don't know.
Of college basketball?
Yes.
Oh, no, none. I thought you were saying predictions. I was like, I don't know.
Hang on. I have to fix my shorts.
Her Jordan. No, I'm kidding. How funny it would be if she was in jorts.
I'm not in jorts. I'm in my Gymshark. Do you see it?
Sam's like fucking athletic and shit now. I just feel real bad about myself.
No, don't feel bad about
I
yourself.
did 3.5 miles today. What'd you do? I sat on my ass on my desk.
Whoa. I didn't ask you what you did. I just said when you got up.
I'm kidding. I'm so
that
proud of
I
her.
ran 3.5 miles.
No, I'm so proud of you, and sorry, literally, I'm so proud of you, and I don't mean to be like an ass when I said that before.
It's okay.
I'm jealous. I'm just happy that you're able to do that because when girl broke her ankle, I was scarred.
I was training to run a 5-mile race.
And she was not happy.
No, I was not happy. I broke my ankle like the week before the race.
Doing what? Running.
I was training. I was running downhill in my neighborhood of all places. Yeah, I'm sure we've talked about it. I'm sure I've shared the memories.
Yeah, you would walk in and be like, "It's 90 degrees. I'm in a boot."
Yeah, practice.
At practice.
At practice. So back on topic because we be getting off track left and right today.
That used to be something that we did at practice. It was like when we did after we scored, we would just like mess around one time just to piss John off, and we'd be like, and he'd be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "We're just balling." And he's like, "I hate you guys."
We're just balling, baby. So here's the vibes. We have
This is quite the commercial.
really good teams. South Carolina is currently ranked number 1 because they won the national title. UConn is up there. And Iowa State is up there. They're one of the better teams this year.
Did Paige get hurt again?
No, Paige is playing.
I could have sworn someone said.
Well, I haven't seen anything about her.
Paige was pink again, but not anymore. She's in her like fashion era. She's stunning.
She just be out doing shit. Remember when she posted that she was like at a game in LA for something?
Yes, and it was
and
like
then she was like, "I will be in class tomorrow."
Yeah, I will be in class tomorrow, and I'm like, she's taking that private jet.
She's taking that PJ. Good for her. Let's talk about UConn. Let's talk about them.
Let's debunk.
Let's talk about some of the top programs in the country. Let's start with UConn.
Gino.
The GOAT.
Oh, him, the goat? Yeah, him. Yeah, him. Gino.
You know him?
I want to see what his house looks like so bad.
I think he makes the most money out of anybody in Connecticut.
He does. He fucking makes more than our fucking
Governor.
Yeah.
Slade, you know. So basically, let's talk about them because UConn hasn't won a title since 2016, I think. Something like that. And you know, they went to I have to think. Paige's freshman year or sophomore year, they went to the national title game and they lost.
I think it was her sophomore year.
Then Paige was hurt last year. And now they're back, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Except UConn has been having like absolute terrible injury luck the last couple of years. Paige is back. Azzy Fudd should be back. They've got a couple other players coming in and out. If Azzy Fudd can go and like be healthy and play, they're gonna be up there.
They can run it.
They can run it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Her and Paige, they're like Paige is like it goes without saying that she's probably going to be the number 1 overall pick in the WNBA draft. And she could go to any combination of teams. I think the people who have the best odds to win the WNBA draft lottery is the LA Sparks. Pitch in LA, that could be a good place for her, good market.
Isn't LSU supposed to be like quote unquote bad, but not bad, but like bad this year?
Yeah, they have LSU is in an interesting spot because obviously they lost Angel Reese, but they have Anissa Morrow who is like also a fucking baller, and they also have Flaudre.
Yes,
and she's a baller. She's
a
a
dog.
dog.
Yeah,
she's a dog out there.
yeah, that's for sure.
She's so fun to watch. Like I like watching LSU like purely for her and like for no other reason because I hate Kim Mulkey. And I'll stand on business. I hate you, Kim Mulkey. You heard it from the source.
I don't hate you. I think you're a badass, but agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. Another top team, obviously South Carolina, poised to run it back. They've got a lot of. They really didn't. The only person who left their roster was Camila Cardozo from last year. So they have basically all the same players from their team last year, except. They played a couple days ago. They played Michigan, and they barely won. And Michigan's like whatever.
Michigan's Michigan, yeah.
Yeah, they're like whatever. But yeah, they almost didn't win. Can you believe that? But they pulled it out because that's who they are. That's what they do. It's that dog mentality that Dawn Staley's put in them. Some other good teams around the country. NC State is going to be pretty good this year. Like I said, I think Iowa State might win the Big 12. Tennessee's going to be really good this year. And Tennessee, we haven't really seen a lot out of them, really, since their prime and their heyday in the early mid-2000s. So it'd be nice to see Tennessee back up on top. And, the legacy that program has is just, so deep and exciting. I love Pat Summitt. I think if I could, we talked about this before when we did our thing.
Say we have, yeah.
About if you could hang out and have a conversation or like have dinner, however we phrased it.
You said Pat Summitt
with anybody. Yeah, I had Pat Summitt as my number one. She's cool. I'm reading her autobiography or memoir, whatever. It's a good read. I recommend. It's called Sum It Up.
That's good. That's good.
Any other teams you're thinking about on your radar? You're watching?
I think South Carolina, like we said before, I think they're still in the mix.
Yeah, I mean they probably have the best odds and best chance to go back to back. Obviously, like I just said earlier, I don't love a back to back. I love when other teams get the opportunity. I do think UConn is due for another one.
I was gonna say I actually low key think UConn might pull this if Paige can stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they can actually pull it. And also, I don't know, I think she's real hungry.
Oh, yeah. I think Paige is talented enough that she deserves to have a title under her belt. I will also say that Kelsey and I are incredibly biased because we are both born and raised in this great state of Connecticut. So, obviously, we're going to say that we want UConn to win. And it'd just be fun. Texas is also another team in the conversation. I'm just trying to think about, anybody who could really shock me. TCU.
They've been shocking people left and right, though. Low key. When their whole football thing did that a couple years ago, we were like, whoa!
Yeah.
Where'd you come from?
And they got blown out. But TCU has Haley Van Lith. I also believe one, if not both of the Cavinder twins are back playing there. They played there. They're back in Miami.
Both of them are.
Yeah, at TCU or at Miami?
Miami.
Okay, so they went back. One of them was at TCU.
Yes, and then came back, and then she got the other one to come back. Haley, they're okay. How did you pronounce her last name?
Cavinder.
Is that it?
It might be Cavinder.
I think there's an L.
There's no L. It's like Cavinder.
I'm pretty sure there's an L.
Where would there be an L?
In my head, there was always an L.
Where would the L go? L. Okay, well, you look at that. TCU.
Cavinder. You were right. No L.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they were thing 1 and thing 2 for Halloween. How iconic. That's good.
That was like a graphic picture. I don't need to look at that.
But yes, you're not seeing double. Yes, you are.
So, Miami, I think, is also in a very interesting situation, just because, like, I think when you have players like that who have big social media followings and are very popular, people obviously take note and they want to watch and support and whatever. So it'll be interesting. They also play in the ACC, and the ACC is arguably the toughest basketball conference in the whole country. So it'll be interesting to see. They'll probably make the tournament. Actually, ESPN has their projections for the tournament already.
Interesting.
And it's like, what, day 3 of college basketball? Yeah. They have their bracket, like bracketology out. Women's bracket. ESPN 2025. So we can talk about this, and then it's as of 2 days ago. So they project that the top overall seed in all of college basketball for the tournament will be South Carolina, which at this moment I can agree with that. The first team out will be Miami. So Miami has a real tough job if they want to make the tournament. And then the last team that will be in is the University of Minnesota, which interesting. You don't hear about them a lot.
Kind of forgot about them low key. Sorry.
So in addition to Miami, the other first 4 out, they have as Miami, George Mason, Florida, and Belmont. And then after that, their next 4 out would be Oklahoma State, Villanova, Washington State, and Georgetown.
Very interesting. Wow.
And then their last 4 teams that would go into the tournament are Arizona, St. Joseph's, Clemson, and Minnesota.
Clemson.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Clemson's basketball game.
Neither am I.
Be
so for real.
Yeah, be so honest. What did I do? I'm in private mode. This is not what I want it to be.
It's okay, Grandma.
I'm not a grandma.
In the club, we all fam.
In the club, we all fam. All right. Anyways, whatever. I guess it's not important because I can't get it back to it. But college basketball, I don't know about you and how you feel about it. There's just
I do mess with March Madness.
Yeah, I'd
be rolling the dice in March Madness.
Yeah, I think March Madness is fun for a lot of people, both women's side and men's side. I think basketball is just like college basketball specifically is in an interesting spot now because like we've seen this Caitlin Clark effect of bringing people to watch and all that whatever. I'm interested to see how this year the NCAA and women's college basketball, like they have this momentum. How do they kick it up a notch? Because now they're missing that like wow factor, X factor person that everybody wanted to watch. And I think a lot of people are trying to make it Paige, which I think Paige could do it. But again, they're 2 separate players. Paige's game isn't primarily shooting. Like Paige is a really good like defender and like she's just like a really good point guard. Somebody you can count on. Not that Caitlin Clark's not good at those things, but like when you make your money shooting 3-pointers, it's kind of like okay, that's your thing, and you rock with it.
You get that check.
You rock with it. So I'm just interested to see how college basketball builds upon the momentum that they have. I think for me personally, I would love to see do you remember a couple years ago when like St. Peter's from the men's side
where they didn't even have like fucking apparel or anything, they didn't even have their own backpack? Yes.
And they made it to like what, the Elite 8?
Yeah.
MAC school, by the way. I went to another college that plays in the MAC. Kelsey went to another college that played in the MAC. So shout out to the MAC Nation.
Mac Nation,
but it's MAAC, not MACK. It would be really interesting to see if we could get a team like that in women's basketball. A couple years ago, it was Ole Miss, actually. Ole Miss upset. Who the fuck they upset? They upset somebody, and it was like a big deal.
I don't recall.
That's okay. So I think like those are just like the things that I'm interested in. Sorry, Kelsey's distracted because it looks like Joe Burrow is hurt.
Yeah.
And that's not good for a lot of people. But he's out there, so he can't
he's wrapped up though. I want to see him throw.
Yeah, something with his hand. While Kelsey watches him throw, I'll continue talking about women's basketball. Oh, it just took a big shot. Anyways. All that to be said, I'm just really excited. I love college basketball. I love basketball as a whole. I think it's one of the most exciting sports to watch, one of the easiest sports to understand, to kind of fall in love with and get into. I think for me, what's going to make this college basketball season so much better than last year's, which is admittedly hard to top, is just going to be seeing how and I think about this for like women's sports movement as a whole, is like we have all of this momentum and things are going so well, and it's mounting and it's coming up, it's like we can't plateau right now. Like we got to keep it pushing somehow, because we're breaking attendance records, we're breaking viewership records, but like I was just saying, like we don't have Caitlin Clark anymore to drive those metrics. We either need another person or we need another exciting team. And like a couple of years ago, I think it was LSU with Angel Reese and their national title run. I also think like in recent times, the team that everybody's been watching is South Carolina, due to how good they've been and how just like cool and like awesome Dawn Staley is and whatever. And like, earlier in basketball history, it was UConn, and then it was Notre Dame, and then it was Tennessee, and like all this stuff. I think we're witnessing, like, if South Carolina can like kind of run it back, I think we're kind of witnessing the same type of era of like the UConn team that won 4 back-to-backs, or like Tennessee, or when Notre Dame upset UConn a couple of years ago. Like those are the kinds of things that we all thought were going to be those moments that bring people to the table. Not that what Caitlin Clark did and how she played was not the thing that brought people to the table. We need something like that, And I think the excitement is there, and I think, everything is there and all the pieces are there. We just have to figure out how they fit together.
Yeah. Awesome.
I rambled there for a little bit. Sorry.
You did, but
if that
okay.
didn't make sense.
I was let you go and I was letting you have it.
I didn't know if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, sorry, but it made sense in my brain. Right. I just want the moment, like all the momentum and hype can't be for nothing.
Correct. And I don't think it will be.
Yeah. And I don't think it will be either, but I don't want that. Like, I don't want that to ever become a question of, like, oh, remember when women's sports were so popular because Caitlin Clark played basketball? It's like, okay.
Who's next?
Yeah. What about,
Step up.
Juju Watkins or Paige or whoever? Like, come on, man. USC, now that we talked about Juju Watkins, USC is probably going to be, like, a top seed in the tournament.
Yes.
Could probably run it.
Agreed.
But we won't know until March, and that's in how many months? Like
3.
6? 3?
December, January, February, March. 4.
Anything to add?
I have my little blurb that I want to say, but
run it.
Right now?
Say what you want, yeah.
Well, if I'm going to say it, then we're wrapping this. Are we wrapping this?
Yeah, we'll put a nice little bow on it so you can keep watching your football game.
Oh my gosh. Sass. That's Sass saying that she's mad at me for being distracted.
I'm not mad at you. I think we just need to like not watch football when we play, because
it's so funny because my mom literally is like, every time I watch, this is Kels.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's exciting. Football's exciting, but we're a women's sports podcast.
This is true. Yeah, well, normally I'll try and do like a women's volleyball. We did do soccer when the Olympics was on, but now that we're doing these on Thursday nights, I'm like,
football. Yeah, no, you're fair. But say what you want to say.
This was my piece, and it rhymes without me trying to. But
well,
I'll just say that it's a poem at this point.
It's a poem, but like we said last week, when we encouraged everybody to vote because election day was coming up. Election day has since passed in the United States. We know who the next president is going to be, and for some people that's great, and for some people, we're entering into some times that may be scary and whatever. So it's been a hard couple of days for me personally. I've had a tough couple of days, and the people I'm close to, we've all been kind of experiencing our emotions and whatever. And Kelsey's been really sweet throughout the whole process. So I thank you for being a good friend.
Always. Yeah. I told Nick before, we don't want to get political because we don't want to, make any waves.
Yeah.
Like waves like this. But I will say, and I'll leave y'all with this. Election, like Sab just said, just happened. Election or not, I think this is something that we should always live by in general. But just checking in on everyone post-election. I I sent some love messages to Sab just to see how my girl is doing because, can't be easy. But as always, just like rely on each other. Use love to move forward. Everyone deserves love. Everyone should use love as your motivation to want to do better, be better. Never stop fighting and preaching for what you believe is right. And always kiss your homies goodnight.
But yeah, that'll do it for us here. Thanks for hanging with us on this evening. Well, it's morning when you watch, but it's evening for us. So thanks for hanging. Again, watch this episode youtube.com/ETB Network. Follow the network on social media at ETB Network. Follow Game Changers on social media at Game Changers ETB. And yeah, I think that's all I got.
And peace.